I'm here with Brandon Coleman, O-lineman for the TCU Horned Frogs. Brandon, how are we feeling today?
Great, man. Great to be here.
All right. Of course, y'all had an incredible year last year, made it to the national championship game. Obviously, we didn't quite get the result that y'all wanted in the end. But for a team picked 7th in the Big 12 last year to just basically y'all looked better and better every week to the point where you were playing with anyone, found a way to win games even when you fell behind. Just talk about what it was like in the trenches last year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say it, and I'll say it too confidently, that we had the success we did just because of the offensive line we had and the defensive line. And off the offensive side of the ball, we just had guys that were very mature and were very gelled together, like a brotherhood, like brothers, everybody, all 5, and then John Lance, who rotated in. And we were just able to be great leaders out there, be able to have accountability together, be able to grow together. Having that throughout the season and growing, like you said, getting better every week and being able to find that pace to play with each other, especially with guys like Alan Ali coming in at center and finding kind of that tempo that we want to play at helped us win every week.
And of course, Brandon, we took y'all took a little bit of a stumble in the Big 12 championship game, recovered, still managed to get into the playoff. Just showed out against the Big 10, showed the Big 12 could play with anyone. You know, how big was that victory for TCU, just or in the Big 12, like in general? You know, knowing that we finally got to the playoff and won a game to make it to a national championship game, because that was the Big 12's first one since the playoff started.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people underestimate the Big 12 when it comes to football, and just showing with our success, and also Kansas, how they turned their program around. We're able to compete in the playoff, in the bowl game. I mean, and us winning that playoff game shows that we can also, and that TCU is a tough, resilient program that'll be able to hang with anybody.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and just put last year to bed, and let's move on to this season now. Of course, you have to replace someone like Max Duggan. That's not going to be an easy thing. Heisman candidate, All-American. Moving forward, how different do you think TCU's offense is going to look this year?
Obviously, with the new offensive coordinator coming in, there's going to be a big change to how we run our offense. But our mentality and our model of just being the fastest, most physical team on the field is not going to change, and I think the way we play the game is not going to change. Maybe our schemes and all that stuff, but our personality and our mentality is going to stay the exact same as last year.
Do you think y'all might be a little bit reminiscent of the 2012 to 2015 Baylor Bears?
Who knows? We'll see. I mean, us as an offensive line, we're excited to run the ball a lot more and just be able to do that and help our team win. So.
And knowing that you're one of the big guys in the trenches, if you can get the run game going, your team usually is the one that wins. Like, what was your favorite part when everything's clicking and you're really getting after the run game? What is your favorite part about being an offensive lineman in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of times last year that you could see where we had to milk the clock at the end, and us, the offensive line, all 5 of us came together and said we're going to run the ball and we're going to beat them on the front. In those last minutes when you're just running the ball to run out the clock, it's really on the offensive line to beat the defensive line. Even the linebackers are basically playing 9-on-5, gotten to beat those guys and got to block whoever you got to, and being able to import your will onto those people and successfully win the game with the help of running backs, quarterbacks. Of course, there's going to be blockers, but as a 5, being able to do that and get the win is great. Great feeling.
Yeah. All right, Brandon. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. We're a small media company out of West Texas, so anytime we can get any of this, it's a big deal for us. So I appreciate it. Again, this has been Brandon Coleman, offensive lineman for the TCU Horned Frogs.
Thank you for having me.